is anxiously counting down the days to the final season of Game of Thrones. No one more so than the person to my left.
That is correct. And in case you're wondering, there are only 11 days left for those of you who are counting, and we are excited because, that's right, we're almost there. One of the stars and one of the fan favorites joining us. Give it up for the brilliant Gwendoline Christie, who plays the fierce warrior Brienne of Tarth.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. What a welcome.
And everybody is so excited and been anxiously awaiting this final season, this kickoff in 11 days.
Yes, 11 days.
11 days. But I heard when you read the script, you couldn't put it down.
Yeah, I really couldn't actually. I was in a different time zone. I was doing some work in Canada and I woke up at 4 a.m. and I checked my email because I'd heard that the scripts might be coming through and they dropped in. And I sat there and I read them all the way through. From the start to the end. And it was a real emotional roller coaster because things happened that deeply startled me, upset me. I went bright red in the face, had to put them down and was sort of walking around. I had to go out for a walk. I was with my partner. I don't really spill secrets about the show, but I was sort of talking in the abstract.
You literally just gave me chills. I'm not kidding. I have chills. I'm so excited.
It was a really extraordinary experience, and I realized they pulled out all the stops.
Wow.
For this one.
That is a teaser if I've ever heard one. Now, given that, have you ever had anyone, a fan, friends, family, go to any great lengths to try and get you to tell them something, a spoiler of any kind?
Do you know, I realized while I was packing for this trip, I realized that I hadn't even told my partner how it ends.
Wow.
And I thought, shall I tell him? And I thought, no.
I love that.
Make him wait, just like everyone else.
Oh, man. This has to be one of the most closely guarded secrets in all of Hollywood. But are you a little worried you may let something slip out?
You know, I haven't done so far. I've been hugely lucky to be involved in some really large projects that have extremely high levels of secrecy. And so I tend to just, I'm like a vault, you know. It stays locked in there.
Well, you can unlock it right here, right now, and say something if you want.
I don't want to hear.
Now it's the last season. I don't need to worry about being employed for another year with the company. I am open to offers. I love cash. Cash is king.
Cash is king, that's right.
So you said that fans may need therapy after watching the final episode. I love that laugh.
What a thing to say.
I mean, it's fairly telling then. What was your reaction to the last episode, the finale?
It's being a part of this show has been an enormous part of my life, and what's wonderful about that is that it's only mirrored in the audience. That so many people say to me, they have a great experience watching the show, they love watching it, they have a communal experience, and now it extends beyond just our living rooms into the rest of the world with the internet. And at the final episode, I just, I put it down with a very heavy heart, digesting everything that occurs. And some things are put to rights, and some things truly are not.
Oh, wow. Hey, come on, you gotta give us something, brother.
I'm giving you everything here.
Oh, man. We see you in your armor all the time, but recently you broke out of your armor at Fashion Week.
I did.
You stole the show. Let's put up a side-by-side.
Wow. That's just armor of another kind. You can't get through that.
What is more terrifying, facing a sword battle or Fashion Week?
facing a sword battle. Fashion Week's my natural habitat. That is where I come home. It's actually a really incredible story that Tomo Koizumi is this brilliant Japanese designer. And my partner, Giles Deacon, discovered him on Instagram. He told me about him. He put up a picture of his work, and the super stylist, Katie Grand, she got in touch and said that she wanted to give Tomo a show with Marc Jacobs. She wanted to give him this opportunity at New York Fashion Week because he's a young designer and to have that kind of opportunity to shine. And she asked me, would I like to do the show? There was a choice of outfits. There was the one that you see there, which is entitled The Queen, or there was a slightly more low-key one. And I said, I don't know, I think maybe my team would want me to be more normal. I'll go for the Queen.
Yes. And Bella Hadid was a big fan, I hear.
Yeah. What was amazing is that the absolutely wonderful Bella Hadid, who is she is a wonderful person, and she has such beautiful manners and such a light that shines out of her as a person. She was very into the Queen and gave me a huge hug, but I thought that she might get lost. I think she might still be lost in the layers somewhere of that gown.
And you know what, you're talking about bringing light. Thank you for being here, because you brought a lot of light to this set today. And your laugh is one of my favorites. I will tell you that. Gwendoline, thank you. Thank you so much. And we can't wait to see this now. You got me salivating over here. The final season of Game of Thrones. It premieres Sunday, April 14th on HBO. Oh, you don't want to miss that.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.